feeling so unmotivated, and I just can't get out of bed. So I guess with the radiation, it takes about a month for you see any improvements, and in my case, the cancer caused obstruction because um, the cervix is actually right between like the rectum and the bladder. So it's just sitting in their middle. So if you have a tumor growing, it just starts pushing on the things to the side like that and causes obstruction. So it's been really hard because that area down there is kind of like the intersection to a bunch of parts. Even being able to sit down, you're sitting right there. Um, so wasn't able to sit. Really, still am not able to sit flat. I sit down. I have to shift the weight over to the side somehow. But for a year, I just wasn't able to sit at all. Then I had this excruciating pain running down my leg that it's just pain beyond, I don't even know what to describe to people, but um, that's what I'm saying. Just you end up with the tumor in the middle there. It's just like almost like a train intersection running all over everywhere else. So it's just been extremely hard on me. You wouldn't think cervical cancer would create such a ruckus in your body, but it's just been awful, awful. So it's hard because I'm stuck laying here, not able to do much still. I feel very imprisoned by my being stuck on this catheter. If you have a catheter, you can't move much because it's going to rub up against things and you're going to end up in pain. So that's why you can't move with that. And then if you have kidney stents, you can't bend. So you can't, you have to try to lay flat. You can't sit in chairs for very long, or even my recliner, I have to put a pillow down. So I can lay almost entirely flat. So I guess if I was at the beginning of this journey, maybe it would be different. But at this point, I'm just like tired of being imprisoned, and I just want my life back. I try to make a video, and the animals around here just go crazy. You can hear the cats running back and forth. That's what they do. They run up and down the hall like that. They're crazy. I usually put my dogs away at night. I say, time for bed. That means go to your crate. No matter what time of day it is, they know that means go to your crate. So they'll go hop in their crate. But if I put the dogs away at night, the cats will just go crazy because they're free, you know what I mean? They'll just be going crazy. So I leave the dogs out here to keep the cats under control so I can sleep. And then, of course, the dogs want to share the couch with me. So, like, my legs are on top of the dogs and stuff, so. Anyways, I guess just feeling like I'm always hit from too many angles at once, you know what I mean? Like, the kidney stents, the catheter, and then all this pain from the radiation, which tore up my intestines, so they just ache now. And then my bones ache and my muscles ache sometimes, and it becomes really intense where it's hard to do anything, you know what I mean? It's hard to just do anything. And other times I'm fine. Like right now I feel pretty good at the moment, but pain wise, um, but just being hit by so many things at once, it just makes me feel imprisoned. And then it's like I still have to pay my rent and my utilities, and I don't even feel like I can get out of bed yet. Just most of the time I lay here. Um, so it's like, how am I going to pay my rent and my bills? It's depressing. It's really depressing. I just want to be done with this. You know what I mean? Just want my life back. Doesn't make sense. Anyways, I'm basically just left living in limbo. Like I said, I don't know. From what I was researching, you should see some difference after a month. But I don't know. When I had the first radiation, like the external beam radiation, it didn't even seem to get rid of my cancer at all. so it did get rid of the excruciating pain that I was in. But as far as I still was left with these obstructions, not being able to pee, having to wear a catheter, all this stuff. So then I went on to get the internal beam radiation, and it's basically my last hope, you know what I mean? It's like if it doesn't work, then I don't feel like there's any options left for me. So it's hard. I'm living in limbo, hoping to see positive results. Sometimes my friends build me up and make me feel like I'm going to have a future, and I get excited, but then it, like, I guess the fears creep back in, and it's just like, oh, takes me back under. And it's a waiting game to see, just to see if the cancer goes away, see if these obstructions go away, see what the damage is done with the radiation. So it's just hard just laying here in limbo waiting. And I guess the hardest part is just not knowing if Hashem cares about me, not feeling like he loves me, not feeling like I can maybe not feeling like it does any good to pray. I don't know how to I don't know how to describe it to people, but it's a hard feeling to live with. You probably can't understand unless you've had a child that you've lost, because, well, with the long-term disease, because if you spend like 8 years begging Hashem, and then you lose that child, it's like, how can you ever believe in praying again? How can you ever believe in the Tehillim again, which is, Psalms, or any of the Torah, any of the Bible, any of it, any of the scriptures. It's not like I don't believe it's real or anything like that. It's just not feeling like it applies to me. I don't know how to even explain it to people, because it's like being on two sides of a wall or a coin or something, and if you're on one side, things look one way, and then if you're on the other side, then things look another way. And I wouldn't really wish it on anybody to be on this side, because over on the other side, you still have so much optimism and invincibility and belief, and it's not like I don't believe. I still believe. I don't, like Job, I don't believe in blaspheming God or slandering his character or anything like that, so I'm not saying it for that reason. Sometimes you have a moron that will jump in and accuse you of that or something. And no, that's not what I'm doing, but you just don't understand. I don't know, when you lose a child, it just kills all kinds of things inside of you, and so you try to have faith and believe, but it's just, how can you? You always go back to that. It's not that you don't want to, it's just something inside of you just dies. So that's made it very hard to have the kind of like strength and optimism that people have. Well, people tell me I'm strong all the time, and it's like, bah humbug, who cares? Who effing cares if I'm strong? You know what I mean? But a lot of people really get into that stuff. We're like, oh, I'm strong, I'm fighting, and it's hard for me to care. I was like that when I had something to fight for, when my child was here, I had something worthy to fight for, so I could fight, fighting all day long. But now it's like, people act like we're strong. I don't care, you know what I mean? I just don't care about any of that anymore. But I don't know, it's just, like I said, being on the other side of the coin. Anyways, I face a lot of feelings that other people are not aware of and not able to face, because they're still on the other side of that wall, you know what I mean? And on that other side, there's so much more optimism and invincibility, feeling invincible. But whereas me, I went through 8 years of watching my child decline and losing my child, and begging God, just begging and begging, pleading, and trying to offer God anything in exchange for my child's life. And in the end, I lost everything. So people tell me, just read Tehillim, just pray, and it's just like, oh, do you think I haven't prayed for the last Well, it was 8 years that I spent praying, so it's annoying when people act like you haven't prayed, like it's a new thing or something. But like I said, I'm careful not to blaspheme God, just like Job, not to curse God, not to blaspheme, not to twist his character, not to caricature him or typecast him for things that he's not. But at the same time, it just can't feel the way that other people feel, and so it's a struggle. It's a big struggle to feel loved by God right now. To feel like He cares about me, to feel like He's ever going to do anything for me, to help me, intervene for me, have a future for me. I don't know how to feel those things anymore, which kind of has left me terrified, but then also, I don't know, it feels very abandoned, like it's a bad feeling that I struggle with. Wouldn't wish it on anybody, but it's just feeling abandoned, and I almost think you could go through anything if you do it with Hashem. And feeling abandoned or orphaned by Hashem is probably the worst feeling in the entire world, where you feel like you're alone in what you're going through. So I would rather have Hashem than anything else in the world. No matter what you go through, if you could just have Hashem there, and feel like He's there, and that He's in control of things, and He's going to help you, that He has a plan, stuff like that. It's worth more than anything. So, anyways, I guess I'm stuck in limbo, basically, just waiting to see if there's improvements and waiting to see if I'm going to have a future. For now, I'm mostly left on the couch, most of the time, laying on the couch, and it's just extremely depressing. And I don't want to be a big doom and gloom person either, but I don't know. It's hard to break out when you can't get up and do stuff. I think that's like probably the biggest cure for depression, is just being able to get up and do stuff. So if you can do stuff, you are very blessed, very blessed. And if you have your health, then you have pretty much everything. It's the most important thing that you can have in this life. People say, well, what about kids and grandkids? Well, if you're sick and you don't have your health, you can't even, like with me, my daughter's been taking care of me, and it feels backwards. I feel pathetic. I'm not able to take care of my daughter, so it feels like crap. So, yeah, you need your health. Health is so important. It's like the most valuable thing that you can have. Oh, well, I went on 13 minutes. I better shut up. Alright, talk to you guys later.